Childhood trauma casts a shadow over adult relationships, often manifesting as trust issues, fear of intimacy, and difficulty navigating conflict. These deep-rooted experiences shape how individuals perceive love, safety, and connection, influencing their approach to forming and maintaining relationships. Unresolved, these traumas can hinder the ability to build healthy, sustainable partnerships. Complex PTSD, stemming from prolonged childhood trauma, encompasses a range of emotional and psychological challenges that transcend the struggles of traditional PTSD. This condition infiltrates every aspect of life, particularly adult relationships, by fostering an environment of constant fear, mistrust, and emotional turbulence, making it difficult for sufferers to find solace in the arms of others. Unresolved trauma subtly erodes the foundation of trust in relationships. This hidden impact manifests through an individual's hesitancy to fully open up, a propensity for misinterpreting partners' actions, and an overarching fear of being hurt again. Such barriers make it challenging to cultivate the trust necessary for a strong, enduring partnership. Recognizing that current reactions might be more about past traumas than present scenarios is a vital step toward healing. Often, individuals may find themselves overreacting to minor issues or withdrawing at the sign of conflict, patterns that are not about the partner, but rather about reliving and responding to old wounds. Hypervigilance in relationships is a common aftermath of traumatic experiences, where one is constantly on the lookout for signs of danger or betrayal. This state of perpetual alertness, though a survival mechanism during traumatic events, complicates adult relationships by instilling an overwhelming fear of experiencing hurt or disappointment anew. Understanding emotional flashbacks in your current relationships can be bewildering. These intense reactions aren't about the present moment, but are echoes of the past. When triggered, emotions from childhood traumas resurface, making it seem as though you're reliving old fears and pain, clouding your perception of current events. The struggle with intimacy is a profound effect of trauma on one's ability to be close and vulnerable with others. Trauma survivors might find themselves pulling away or sabotaging relationships as a means of protection, fearing that closeness will inevitably lead to hurt, just as it might have in their past. Fear of abandonment can be traced back to deep-seated insecurities developed during childhood. This fear often leads to clinging behaviors, or, conversely, pushing others away before they have the chance to leave. Such patterns complicate forming stable, trusting relationships as the trauma survivor is caught in a cycle of fear and protection. Difficulty in setting boundaries stems from early experiences where a child's autonomy was not respected or recognized. Trauma survivors might struggle to assert their needs or say no, for fear of rejection or conflict. This lack of boundary setting can lead to unbalanced relationships where their needs are consistently sidelined. Recognizing dissociation during conflicts as a protective mechanism reveals how trauma survivors cope with stress. Dissociation, a form of mental escape from the present, was perhaps once a necessary survival strategy during traumatic events. However, in adult relationships, it serves as a barrier to resolving conflicts and connecting deeply with others. Trauma from the past can create a labyrinth around identifying and expressing emotions. For those who've endured early trauma, emotions may seem like foreign invaders rather than aspects of their own psyche. This disconnection breeds misunderstandings and frustrations in relationships as partners struggle to interpret silence or misdirected emotions. Patterns of codependency often emerge in adult relationships as a direct consequence of childhood trauma. This dynamic manifests when one person excessively relies on another for validation and identity, a behavior rooted in the instability and unpredictability of their early environment. It's a misguided attempt to recreate and fix past familial chaos. The impact of childhood trauma extends to the very foundation of how we attach to others. It shapes our attachment style, influencing whether we become anxiously attached, craving constant reassurance, or avoidantly attached, shunning closeness for fear of being hurt again. These styles dictate the rhythm and dance of our adult relationships. Projection in relationships can be a confusing mirage, with individuals often interpreting their partner's actions through the lens of their past experiences. This misinterpretation can lead to unnecessary conflicts and a sense of being misunderstood. Recognizing projection is a crucial step towards clarity and healthier interactions. The cycle of sabotage is a tragic encore many unwittingly perform in their relationships. Driven by unresolved trauma, individuals may unconsciously undermine their happiness by picking fights, withdrawing affection, or choosing incompatible partners. This cycle is a protective mechanism gone awry, attempting to avoid vulnerability and potential pain. Recognizing the tendency to attract or be drawn to toxic relationships is a complex process often rooted in childhood trauma. Individuals may subconsciously seek out what feels familiar, even if it is harmful, echoing the instability or neglect they experienced in their formative years. This cycle perpetuates a sense of normalcy found in chaos. The need for control in relationships can stem from a childhood filled with unpredictability and disorder. Those who grew up amidst chaos may find themselves attempting to micromanage their relationships as adults, striving to prevent any recurrence of past traumas. This control, while meant to protect, can strain or even damage relationship dynamics. Difficulty with conflict resolution is frequently a side effect of a traumatic upbringing. For someone who experienced trauma as a child, conflicts can feel overwhelmingly threatening, reviving feelings of helplessness or fear. This often results in avoidance or aggression, rather than healthy communication, further complicating relationships. The role of therapy in unpacking and healing childhood trauma cannot be overstated. Through professional guidance, individuals can begin to understand the origins of their relationship patterns, work through their trauma, and develop healthier ways of relating to others. Therapy offers a safe space to heal and grow. Self-sabotage in relationships is a significant sign of unresolved trauma. It's a protective mechanism. By undermining a relationship, the individual avoids the potential pain of being hurt again. Acknowledging this pattern is the first step towards breaking the cycle, paving the way for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. The journey to healing from childhood trauma begins with self-awareness. Recognizing how your past experiences influence your current behaviors in relationships is crucial. It's the first step towards breaking the cycle of trauma, allowing you to understand your reactions and the deep-rooted fears that drive them. Trauma can significantly affect sexual relationships and intimacy, casting a long shadow over one's ability to connect deeply. The experiences of childhood can shape how safe and vulnerable one feels with a partner, often leading to challenges in expressing desires or setting boundaries within the most intimate moments. Communication styles are often a reflection of past traumas. Individuals who experience trauma in childhood may find it difficult to articulate their needs and feelings. This can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts in relationships as partners struggle to understand the unspoken words and the pain behind them. The fear of rejection is another profound impact of childhood trauma. It can paralyze individuals, preventing them from pursuing meaningful relationships or opening up to potential partners. This fear often stems from early experiences of not being accepted or loved unconditionally, leading to a deep-seated belief that one is unworthy of love. Trauma's role in the inability to fully commit or trust in relationships cannot be understated. Early experiences of betrayal or abandonment can lead to a guarded heart, making it challenging to trust partners fully. This protective mechanism, while understandable, can hinder the development of deep, fulfilling connections and the ability to commit fully. Understanding the body's physical response to triggers in relationships is crucial for trauma survivors. Traumatic experiences can condition the body to react to certain reminders or triggers with fear, anxiety, or anger. These reactions are often involuntary, leaving the individual feeling powerless over their own responses. Recognizing and naming your feelings and reactions in the moment is a powerful step towards healing. It involves developing a deep awareness of how trauma influences your emotional landscape. This self-awareness is key to interrupting automatic responses and beginning to choose how you react in relationships. Strategies for managing triggers in relationships can transform how you interact with loved ones. Simple techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even temporarily stepping away from a triggering situation can help. Over time, these strategies can decrease the intensity and frequency of triggered responses, leading to healthier interactions. Building resilience moves you from merely surviving past trauma to thriving in your present relationships. Resilience doesn't mean the absence of pain. Rather, It's about developing the strength to face and work through emotional challenges. This shift towards trauma resilience is fundamental for breaking the cycle of trauma. The journey of healing is a profound process of reclaiming your relationship with yourself. It involves acknowledging your wounds, understanding their impact on your life, and taking deliberate steps towards healing. This path is not linear, but embracing each step can lead to a more fulfilling and self-aware existence. Navigating the path to forgiveness, both for oneself and one's past, is a crucial step in healing from childhood trauma. This journey allows individuals to release the heavy burden of resentment and guilt, paving the way for inner peace and the possibility of nurturing healthier relationships moving forward. Understanding the body's physical response to triggers in relationships can be transformative. By recognizing these responses, individuals can learn to manage their reactions more effectively, fostering a safer environment for emotional connections. This awareness is key to breaking the cycle of trauma and building stronger, more resilient bonds. The importance of recognizing and naming your feelings and reactions cannot be understated. Doing so empowers individuals to take control of their emotional responses, rather than being controlled by them. This critical skill lays the foundation for healthier communication and deeper connections in all types of relationships. Strategies for managing triggers in relationships are essential for anyone looking to build resilience against the impacts of childhood trauma. By identifying triggers and developing coping mechanisms, individuals can maintain composure and presence in challenging moments, ensuring that their relationships are characterized by understanding and mutual respect. Building resilience is about moving from being trauma-informed to trauma-resilient. This shift involves not only understanding the effects of trauma, but also cultivating the strength and strategies to thrive despite them. It's a journey towards reclaiming one's relationship with oneself, characterized by growth, healing, and the rediscovery of joy and connections. Developing healthy coping mechanisms for stress in relationships is pivotal for those with a history of childhood trauma. It involves identifying stress triggers and learning positive responses. This shift from reactive to proactive handling of stress can significantly improve relationship dynamics, fostering a more supportive and understanding environment between partners. The power of vulnerability cannot be overstated, especially for individuals working through trauma. Opening up about one's traumatic experiences with a trusted partner can deepen the connection and foster a stronger bond. It's a courageous step that can lead to mutual respect and a more intimate relationship. Seeking professional help is an essential step for trauma survivors. Therapy provides a safe space to explore and understand one's trauma, offering strategies to cope with its impacts. Whether it's through individual counseling or couples therapy, professional guidance is a crucial component of the healing journey. Creating a support system is vital in the healing process. A community, whether formed by friends, family, or support groups, offers emotional sustenance and a sense of belonging. This network becomes a foundation of strength, reminding individuals that they are not alone in their journey toward recovery. Embracing hope and the possibility of healthy, fulfilling relationships post-trauma is the culmination of the healing journey. It's about recognizing that, despite past experiences, one can forge connections that are supportive, loving, and enriching. This realization opens the door to a future where relationships are sources of joy and growth. Thank you for listening till the end. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe for more content like this.